Hey, it's Mike, and today I want to do a video talking about is the stock market going to crash? Because I've seen people talk about saying that the stock market is going to crash, and I think there are a lot of financial YouTubers who like to do that as kind of scaring their audience to get views. But what I wanted to do is just kind of give you a sort of an even-handed look at my thoughts of the arguments for a stock market crash happening in the next few months, arguments against a stock market crash happening in the next few months, and then my personal takes on it. So I just thought it'd be good to add my 2 cents. So here are the arguments that I've heard for a crash. One, the stock to GDP ratio, what's known as like the Warren Buffett indicator, is at its highest levels ever. Like the total value of the stock market is worth way more than the total GDP of the United States. So US stocks are literally worth more than the GDP of the United States. I think the level right now is like 133%. It's never been that high before. And usually when the level's at 100%, we get a bear market or a crash or something like that. We've seen all-time high prices in things like cryptos, NFTs, commodities, and some stocks. We're just seeing a lot of high prices across the board in a bunch of different asset classes. And sometimes that can predict a crash. And finally, we're just seeing incredible record prices on home sales. I mean, not just new home constructions, but regular existing home sales. You've heard things about people get houses in California getting like 76 cash offers, at least 20% over the asking price. So we're seeing another sort of almost a mania in home prices going on right now. And one of the reasons why is that it's very expensive now to build a house. We're seeing like record prices for lumber and other commodities. Like if you want to build a house right now, be prepared to spend a lot more than you expected. And because of that, people are just buying existing homes. And because of that, the prices of homes are being pushed up. Now, here are the arguments against a crash. One is there's no parabolic blow off in the stock market. That's what you usually see right before a crash. It's like prices get crazy. You get like your mom who never talks about the stock market asking about investing in stocks. Another thing is we already had crash 12 months ago, and typically you don't have crashes go back to back like that. You usually have like a 10-year, at least a 10-year gap between a crash. And a crash is like when the stock market, the S&P 500 falls like 20% within 1 month. And finally, just many companies are in great economic shape. I mean, considering that we had this once in a century pandemic, and you have a lot of companies like Walmart, Disney, AutoZone, Home Depot, they're all doing great. They have record sales. They get a lot of foot traffic. The companies that were really hurt are just the companies that were dependent on foot traffic, like movie theaters, a lot of restaurants, but a lot of restaurants have been able to convert themselves into doing delivery. So economically, the country is actually just doing really well. So there's no real reason to have a crash. So now that you've seen the arguments before for a crash and against a crash, here's my take. My take is that we are not headed to a crash. I do think the summer months will be choppy. They typically are. Summer months typically weak for stocks. I think speculative stocks, small cap stocks are not going to do that great during the summer. However, I do think that commodities and cryptocurrencies will continue to outperform because people are seeking finite assets. I think real estate will continue to do well. We have a lot of money printing right now, and people want to put their money somewhere where it won't lose value over time. It just seems like you put your money in gold, silver, real estate, commodities, lumber, copper. You put your money in Bitcoin, stuff that has a finite asset, even NFTs, even though NFTs are not necessarily finite, but just something that feels like it can't just be diluted. People just want to take their money out of cash, so that's going to push the prices up of a lot of different assets, but I don't think that's going to cause a crash. I mean, we may see little crashes like in the NFT market or in very specific markets, but honestly, we have an overall economic crash. I don't think that's going to be in the cards, especially now that the economy is reopening. I think a lot of businesses are going to do better. So, but like I said, I do think the summer months will be choppy for small cap stocks and speculative stocks. So just kind of make sure you're well diversified. That's what I'm doing right now. So that's my take. That's where I feel we're standing. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna have a stock market crash, but we will have choppiness in the stock market. But I think we'll be okay. So that's my take. It'll be interesting to hear your take if you want to leave in the comments section. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications. I do multiple daily updates on stocks, stock trading strategies, and market updates. Thanks a lot. Bye.